Hey everybody, welcome to another Fwoosh video review. Today we are taking a look at the new Mezco San Diego Comic-Con Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, and Mutant 2-pack, part of the Mezco 112 series. This box is seriously just way more than I was expecting from this set. I knew it was going to be something large because of the two figures and the diorama piece they're including, but this box, my god, like, that's got to be a good 6 pounds at least. It's seriously formidable. And it's kind of cool looking. I like the minimalist approach they took here. So we've got Batman's silhouette there, the 112 logo with the Dark Knight Returns bat signal, and in the back we've got the Mutant, and there's a little cutout piece here to simulate the Mutant's glowing visor, and that's kind of cool. Then on the top it's just very simply states, Batman, the Dark Knight Returns. So I'm going to unbox this guy here little by little, so I want you to just sit tight for a second while I prep this, and we'll get this set unboxed and we'll see what we're going to get here, okay? Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is get this sheath off. And this thankfully slides off fairly easily. And there we get Batman and the Mutant duking it out against a red backdrop. And that's all we're really seeing here. And then there's some tabs here. There is some tape here which I've already severed. I had this thing open once before, briefly, for just a second, just to check out the contents. And then within this box there are two larger boxes. So first, we will try to get them out. It's a tight fit. Okay. So here is the smaller, lighter box, and then a much larger, much heavier box. Let's get this stuff off to the side here. And I guess first we'll open up this one. And this one is the two figures that we get in the set. So there is Batman and the Mutant and all their accessories as they come packed. And what's cool here is that Mezco seems to be taking a cue from the Asian action figure organizations, and they're giving us a little baggie here to store all the accessories. That's a pretty cool little addition. So, what do we get here? We get the Mutant, Crowbar, some swappable fists for him, Batman, with some battle damage and some blood, some swappable fists for him, and some, looks like some of the mud that Batman throws up in the Mutant's face at one point in the graphic novel. So, let's get these things open here, and we'll take a good look at what we got. First up, what we're most excited to see, of course, is the Mutant, and oh my god, right off the bat, this guy looks amazing. Just really freaking amazing. Let's see if I can get him in focus here. There we go. And I gotta say, the spikes on his wrists and his ankles are really sharp, like crazy sharp. Like, you could probably actually hurt yourself on those. His nipples too. His nipples are actually very, very sharp and pointy. Belt not so bad, but man, the wrists, the nipples, and the ankles, holy cow, like seriously, watch out. His teeth seem okay too. So here he is. He's mostly just a plastic sculpt, but he does have some soft good pants that look to be made of some kind of pleather. And it looks like, yeah, you can get a decent range of motion out of them. I'm not having any troubles moving him around. You can do the splits. It looks like the pants aren't gonna hinder him too much. I'm wondering if the pants are a similar material to what we're gonna be seeing on Judge Dredd when he eventually is released. But that is the Mutant. I'm just going to set him over here. And then Batman. In fact, let me just... okay. Let me get these two guys side by side, and we'll do some close-ups. Now, Batman is the same mold that we've seen before. Let's take a look here. So there's the Mutant close-up. There's his ugly mug, and he just looks really awesome, I think. Holy cow. There's some good detailing, some weathering on him. Again, those nipples are, those are some serious weapons. think he could take Batman out with just those. And then the pleather, it's hard to pick up detail here. There's some stitching on the side, but I mean, it looks really good for soft goods at this scale. Man, Mezco is really kind of showing other companies the way to go here, including 3A. Take a note, Ashley Wood. And there's a lot of grime and muck in his feet. Those things just look disgusting, just gnarly. And then from the back, again, more of the same. Detail, leather pants, and God, even the underside of his feet are like nicely detailed. That's crazy. But yeah, Mutant looks awesome. He's got this clear red plastic visor. Whoops. He's already kicking Batman's butt. Speaking of Batman, let's take a look at the battle damage here. So here is Batman, and he's looking like he's seen some better days. There's definitely some bruising and some blood. It just looks really cool. And then his insignia here is torn. Since it is soft goods, it doesn't move, but you can keep the cuts lined up with the holes in the fabric, how they're supposed to be. So there's those scratches, and it looks like he has a bite mark on his shoulder. That just looks really, really awesome. Then his fists, let's see if I can get those positioned. His fists are totally bloody and gnarly. I love it. Just love it. I love the blood stains. I've never had a blood-stained Batman before. It's so cool. I'm going to totally just be geeking out over this forever. And then his legs are a little bit dirty. They got some mud. And then his boots look like a mix of mud and blood. And even his cape. His cape's a little stiffer than the other Batmans that we've seen because there is stains all over it. It's clean up toward the top by his shoulders, but as you go down, it's just stained with mud and blood. Really heavy, really thick. And just like the other Batman figures, the cape drapes so nicely. It just fits him so well and just looks awesome. This really is such a cool two-pack. If this set was just these two figures, I'd be like, wow, this is awesome. I can't believe this. This is the coolest thing ever. But there's so much more to it. So the crowbar is the Mutant's main weapon, it looks like. And, God, those wrists. And it just fits in his hand just like so he can deliver, Batman a nice beating. Something like that. And that's kind of cool. And then there's fists, and Batman looks like he comes with all the same kind of swappable stuff that the other versions did. I'm just going to let everything fall out here just to make my life easier. So Batman's got a couple of the fists with the batarangs that almost make him look like Wolverine. Then he's got some various open hands still covered in blood, just like the fists that he comes packed with. And then the Mutant comes with two swappable fists, it looks like. He comes packed with open hands, which I really like. But then he's got a couple fists, which curiously don't have any blood on them at all, even though Batman looks kind of messed up. And then there's this thing that basically fits on him like a mask. It looks like it's supposed to be mud from the diorama. And it just kind of fits on his face like so. As though Batman threw some mud in his face. And that's pretty awesome and pretty fun. I mean, it's just a neat little scene-specific accessory. I'll probably never ever display him that way, but it's just really neat that the option is there. Now, the Mutant, I mean, we've seen Batman before. His articulation is not a surprise to us. The Mutant, we haven't seen before, but again, it's pretty standard fare for this line. So he's got double elbows, hinging, pivot shoulder, good range of motion here, goes all the way around. He's a little stiff because I guess he's brand new. He's got a ball jointed head that has a good range of motion. Whoop, getting off the camera here. Torso has a good range of motion, good ab crunch. There's a swivel to the upper portion and a swivel to the lower portion, so his abs here are kind of like spinning meat. And then his legs, I mean, they're hindered by the pleather a little bit, but I mean, not horribly. You can get some decent poses out of it. So he's got double knees. It feels like there's a ball jointed hip. I'm not positive though. And ankle swivel. and there's a rocker motion there too. So good range of motion in this guy all around. Some good posing will definitely be possible with him. And I know he's going to be released later on as a single pack with some other accessories. So if you didn't get this 2-pack, the Mutant is still something that you could be getting in a little bit. Okay, so that's basically the 2 figures. And then the diorama is in this larger box here. Oh, brother. A lot of protective stuff. Oh my god. And here it is. Here's the underside of it. You see trademark DC Comics, all that stuff. And there's some little fuzzy things to keep your shelf from getting messed up. And this is basically it. Let's see if I can get some good focus here. It is really, really cool looking. There's a lot of detail. I mean, there's not a lot of color here because it's supposed to be like a muddy, grungy, dirty junkyard. But what I really like are the puddles that they seem to make. It looks really, really realistic. Really realistic and awesome. They're like reflective and shiny. I mean, it looks wet. I mean, it really looks like there's some kind of liquid coming out of that drainage pipe there. That is just so cool. Now, I mean, it's really heavy. It weighs a good 4 pounds by itself. But it is a little small. And, I mean, even though it kind of looks like a good size, but once you have... I'm not going to go nuts with the posing here, just because... But once you have Batman and the Mutant on there, suddenly it's... Man, it doesn't look as substantial or as formidable as it did when it first came out of the box. So, I mean, Mezco really went all the way, or out of their way, to give us a diorama that's really substantial. But... Man, it kind of gets lost once you have the figures on, especially with Batman with his cape. It's just a lot of it, like half of it, is just obscured by his cape now. So I guess that's my only nit with this playset / diorama thing. That, and man, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I don't exactly have like tons and tons of shelf space, so I'm going to have to figure something out. But I mean, that is basically the 2-pack and the playset. And gosh, I'm really impressed with it. I think this is awesome. I really like this version of Batman with the battle damage and the blood. I just think he looks so cool. Now, I can't remember from the comics. It's been a little bit since I read them. But, God, for some reason, I want to say he wasn't in this color blue when he took this kind of beating in the junkyard. I thought he was in, like, the darker blue costume. But that could just be my memory not really working all that well. But I think this is a really awesome 2-pack. When I first ordered it, like, I felt a little bit of buyer's remorse because it was really expensive, and this was the 3rd time I was personally buying this Batman mold. So I was really getting this 2-pack just for the Mutant, and it was kind of expensive. But seeing this thing in hand and out of the package, man, regret just evaporates like it was never an issue at all. This thing is really awesome. I'm totally psyched to have it. So... if you're still waiting for yours, I know it's taking Mezco a long time to get these things shipped out. Because the box is huge, it weighs a lot. It must be a lot of work for whoever is running their shipping department. So that could be why you haven't seen it yet if you're still waiting. But hopefully by now, if you ordered one, you got it. And you're enjoying it as much as I am. So that is the Batman and Mutant 2-pack with the Junkyard diorama. Let us know what you think about this set down below. Is it worth throwing down for another version, another repaint of the same Batman mold? Or are you content just waiting for the Mutant on his own? Let us know what you think. Leave a comment below. Leave a comment on our message boards or on social media. And just get involved in the conversation and let us know. As always, thank you so much for checking us out here on the Fwoosh. And we will see you again really soon.